So we're here at Recovery Awareness Day 2025, and I'm here with Miles Dailey with WCNC.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you do for them? And tell us what WCNC is.
Yeah, so WCNC, I like to say we're the most trusted news source in Charlotte, but we're the NBC affiliated TV station, and I'm a marketing consultant. So I help businesses of all sizes in all industries increase their brand awareness, increase their public relativity, and just increase their message frequency.
Yeah, no, awesome. Yeah, so you've been working with Lee. So you've been working with us with Lee for what, like 6 months now? Something like that?
6 months, going on 7. It's been such a fun process, man. I know that Lee has known Ward for a while. I've met Ward a couple of times. I mean, you talk about style, you talk about just
passion.
Passion. All the buzzwords, right?
Right.
But yeah, I've been doing some lifestyle segments with them. So that's kind of like a long form way to tell the Blanchard story in different aspects. So the new mental health program was a big thing for Blanchard, and they came on and talked with our 2 hosts. And me and Lee were we're trying to get really creative with the budget in mind, and just the community initiative. And I think it aligns with some of our core pillars at WCNC, and being an NBC affiliate, being that source of trust, being that source of kind of comfortability, and somewhere that you can go and honestly just have a positive outlook on the community. And we started this really creative campaign called Silence is Never the Answer. And if I could talk through that commercial idea.
Go for it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm just super excited about it.
Is it going yet?
It is going. It launched 2 weeks ago. So it's been running in some daytime during the night, and, just some pretty strong programming here at WCNC. Getting in front of a lot of eyeballs. And basically, just to paint the picture for you guys, it is a campaign that, I don't know if you remember the 2021 Super Bowl, maybe 2020 Super Bowl, where there was an ad where the screen went blank. And everybody was like, oh, what? Like, what?
Yeah, the TV shut down.
Yeah, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I kind of took that and I was like, that's a fantastic idea, because whenever you're watching TV, or, a lot of days we're, on our phone while the TV's on, as soon as the sound stops, you look up, right? So I was like, hey, Lee, I have this idea. Tell me what you think about it. So the TV commercial starts off with, the colorful bars that, it's like a lost signal, right? And then the screen goes dark and it goes silent. And on the screen, it kind of pops up as a TikTok verbiage on the screen. I'm trying to keep it current. And it goes, silence is the real killer. Silence is never the answer. Reach out to the Blanchard Institute today. Your future starts with a conversation. And I thought that was just really cool. I got Lee to record it for us. His voice is very powerful and commanding. That was just really, really cool for us to make, bring to life.
For sure. Now, is this the, now not only, it's like with WCNC, but especially with you, since working at WCNC, is this your first time or their first time diving into this space, and like especially maybe in that depth? Or is this something that you've kind of been around before, or what's your background or experience with this world?
None. It's really cool just to learn. The difference between, outpatient and inpatient. And, they're having a forum in there, an open discussion, talking about psychedelic treatment. And, there's just so much stuff to learn. And I kind of want to be that liaison between the community and you guys and anybody else who's, looking to get their message out there. And spreading the word and spreading the importance of mental health, because through my eyes, through the male eyes, I think that a lot of men have a lot of trouble talking about mental health.
For sure.
And I know I've always struggled talking about my mental health with others. I have a couple of close friends that I feel comfortable enough to do that with.
But even then, it's like, I'll share like this much, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to go all the way.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like
for
tip
sure.
of the iceberg type of deal.
Yeah.
You know, my barber, I can share with him, you know, but I just think that it's really important to shine the spotlight on mental health. And there were a couple of opportunities throughout the year, like Mental Health Awareness Month, Men's Mental Health Awareness, that we kind of latched on to, and they brought in specific individuals that were within the Blanchard Institute to come on and speak to their expertise. So
For sure.
It's been really, really fun, man.
Yeah. I just had a recollection. NBC. Are you a part of NBC Universal, or does that fall under the same umbrella?
It does.
Okay.
It does. In a minute way. So they actually send us certain programming down, like so NBC Nightly News. That's a NBC Universal or like network level.
Yeah.
But the company that I work for specifically is Tegna. So I don't know if you guys remember Sinclair Broadcast Group, how there was a big controversial, like they're a news station or they're a TV conglomerate who buys out TV stations in local markets, kind of like Tegna does. Yeah. Tegna's a little bit smaller, but we're under the Tegna umbrella, and they have a relationship with NBC. Okay. So, you know, we get like the Sunday Night Football and the Peacock streaming stuff. So it's cool.
No, the reason I asked is so actually when I was getting sober in Dallas, Texas, because I'm in recovery myself. Yeah. My first I did like normal landscape and stuff, but my first real job, I would say, in sobriety was I was kind of like the landscape manager for NBC Universal Studios in Dallas, Texas. Right next to the airport. Yeah, all the bushes, you know, the mowing, weed eating, mulching, all that stuff. Yeah. So that was like my first big boy job when I had gotten sober.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So,
I would love to learn a little bit more about you, man. I mean, I feel like we've been talking about me, but I would love to learn more about you.
No, I mean, listen, it's. I'm one of the ones, right, where I'm. So Casey and I, right, my wife, we both struggled with this. Yeah. We were both in Charlotte when we were struggling with this, and especially at that time, it was 7+ years ago at this point. So, there definitely wasn't. There was resources, and I'm more aware of the resources that were around now that I work in the field, obviously. Yeah. But I think that shows. So I'll rewind real quick. So we both had to go out of state for treatment, right? And I think that kind of goes and segues perfectly into the purpose of what you do and what you were just speaking on, because we didn't necessarily have to go out of state for the treatment, right? But we didn't know it was here, right? Obviously, you've got Google and you've got all the stuff, right?
Yeah, but who do you trust?
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, long story short is I'm in the field because I went through it myself, and now it's just about helping other people find it and having a way to, like with you, having a way to reach people, to get them to be comfortable making that first call. Yeah. That's what me and my team does is I mean, we're that first voice. And so I tell people all the time, I do what I do because somebody did it for me. Oh, right. Yeah. I like that a lot. And so it's, when somebody is talking to me on the phone and it's, it turns into a long phone call, it's 45 minutes to an hour long, and they start apologizing. It's like, no, this is what I'm here for. Like I have no problem shutting up and staying quiet while you say what you got to say. I was talking with Noah about this earlier. One of the big things that we do in admissions, right, is we try not to talk as much, right? Our job is to listen so we can figure out what is going on, so we know what the next best step is, right? Our job isn't to sell you on anything. Our job isn't to dictate anything, right? Our job is to hear you out, hear what's going on, and then if we're a good fit, get something set up for you. If we're not a good fit, help you find the resources, whether it is with us or whether it's with somebody else. And I think that's the importance of a day like Recovery Awareness Day is breaking down that competitive nature in an industry and really aligning with everybody that are, yes, technically our competitors. Yeah. But in reality, we're in this together and we've got to support each other. And there might be something that this facility does phenomenally that we may do, but it may not be our primary focus or our forte. Yeah. And so that may be a better fit for this particular client. And so, but again, I mean, it goes back to what you guys do, right? With marketing and educating the public on what's available and what's out there and what services are available for people.
Yeah, no, that's actually beautiful that you said that, because that's kind of how I mold my, approach to people. Like, I'm not getting necessarily people calling in and be like, hey, I want to advertise.
Yeah.
But, if